Aries, this is Just with your June 17th, 2018 weekly reading. I hope you guys are having an enjoyable day so far. So Aries, some of you, this will be kind of like one of those bipolar weeks. There can be an issue with your mom or mother energy, okay? Some of you may also feel like you have some health issues. I'm not a specialist, so I am not giving medical advice. Please check with your specialist. But you could be experiencing, I get swelling, just overall not feeling like yourself, especially if you're an Aries woman. But I definitely see reaching out or having to go, almost like an emergency trip to mom, okay? There's a going back to a place that's familiar, even if it's in your mind. If you have been waiting for work opportunities, it looks like something can come through, although this position that you're going for is very, very competitive. You've probably been waiting for quite some time. You may have had a leg up, or you took a while to put your resume out to apply for the position. And now that you're jumping kind of back in it, it's very competitive. So if you've taken a break from your business for looking for work, now that you're back in the race, you do see that it's very competitive since you've last put yourself out there. There's thinking about how much money you should invest or how much it will take to possibly make a situation better, especially if you're dealing with family. I know last week was a big message about family. This week it looks like there's still that sifting energy of family. There being a challenge with being able to kind of give and receive. So some of you may feel like you're giving too much, or you've given too much, or whatever you're giving, you're not going to ever see it back again. And that may make it hard for you to give freely or to want to give. You may give because you have to. A lot of you guys are scaling down just how much you give, how much time, energy, effort you give to a particular person. You feel like someone's happiness or a group of people's happiness is, it's all on you. And I think to some extent, Aries, you're kind of tired of it. Even though you're trying your best not to create no problems and not to start trouble, and you've really been kind of keeping your mouth shut and keeping things to yourself, it's like kind of inevitable that you may have to kind of get your feet dirty. You may have to get your hands dirty. You may have to call someone out on a situation. And because of that, there can be a loss that comes with it. Some of you have to leave some people behind. It isn't going to feel good to do so. You hoped that it could be different, but I want to say maybe a couple days in, you're still going to move forward. You're going to realize that, well, this is the best thing. It's kind of you versus them type of thing. And this also can be at the workplace, especially if you are experiencing a lot of kickback, drama, pettiness at the workplace. You're trying to look at your finances to decide, where's the best place for me? Should I stay? Can I go? You may get some good news if you've been out there looking for work this particular week, but things aren't coming in. So news may come in. Yes, we're interested in you. Yes, you can start forward, but the actual meeting with people may take a little bit longer than this particular week. And then there is I think then disappointment settles in toward the end of the week, because you're evaluating all that you've gone through, all that you've sacrificed, all that all that you've done, either with this job, a family situation, could be friends as well. And there's just some people you kind of can't take with you. And so they will bring some form of disappointment and loss there. Okay. But it comes with a lesson. I do feel like a lot of you that have experienced this or will be, uh, walks away with a huge source of wisdom, of equilibrium, right? Reciprocity of how you're being treated is how much you'll show up for the other person. So it's kind of a learning curve moment for some Aries this particular week, but I've seen it. It's been happening since last week, probably longer. The benefit here is not writing anyone off completely, allowing the dust to settle, allowing for there to be healing. If you have, loved ones who may be in, it may be health situations, there can be possibilities for some of them to heal from the situation, so it's not completely over. I feel like to some extent, a lot of people need to be in their separate corners. Let the situation kind of die down. Let it heal. People need to not say anything, not react, but just let it heal and take some time apart. Because a lot of you deep down inside, you want, your family. A baby could have come about. There could be a discovery of a newborn or a child that could have, created a lot of tension. Something that someone has not said, has not shared. Now that it's out, it's created some form of contention. You may be happy on one end, but then there's a dissatisfaction on the other end because, either you're happy, you're in love with your mate, but then your family doesn't really like them. And now you have to decide, should I, how much time should I spend with my mate, with my family if they do not accept my mate? It's kind of one of those things. It's like bittersweet. There's something good going on, but you can't move forward either on it yet, or you can't move forward with something else that you want. So all your wishes aren't going to come true. You will find some form of victory in an area once you let go of things that you had hoped would be, that just can't be, at least for now. When it comes to matters of love, I do see that some of you perhaps reconnected with your past, someone from your past, or you've been really reminiscent about the past. Really reminiscing about the past. The challenge is kind of getting on the same equal footing with another person, or even to start all over again. Put yourself out there and kind of approach it in a new, fun, and exciting kind of way. I feel like you may have approached someone as someone you. Communications could have been a bit brash. And someone kind of reached out to the other person, but the other person was not ready to communicate. Okay. Someone could have lost a child. So my condolences if that is the case. Someone definitely could have lost a child. And some of you may not be feeling your best. You may, again, like I said, overweight, swollen. You may look at yourself and not really recognize yourself anymore. And you're trying to find out exactly how can you go about getting back to where you like what you see in the mirror. For some of you, this is a very isolated time right now. Some of you, there could have been an argument, a fight. There could have been issues about proving yourself or someone proving themselves. And I don't see you guys speaking right now. You've just been hanging in the balance, waiting to find out if things will kind of blow over, and even more bickering or issues have arise. If it's not that, then there definitely could be you feeling conflicted after having to wait all this time. Not sure if you're waiting in vain or if things will work out the way you want them to. There's a deep evaluating for you guys when it comes to matters of love, of will you be happy? Can this person satisfy you? Will you get your ultimate satisfaction when it comes to this person? Some of you are trying to please everyone, or trying to be there for everyone, or trying to have this perfect reality. Okay. And you're waiting on it. You may have been waiting on it. And the reality is that nothing's perfect. The reality is that there can be a restoration of a relationship that was very significant to you. And when I say that, for all of you, it'll be different. So for some of you, if you have children, because I do see children are at play here for some of you, there can be an opportunity to be cordial, to co-parent in a very healthy sort of way. Okay, that's not all of that. It's not all lost. If you've been in a relationship, there aren't any children, but it has a lot of history. It's not all lost. It can repair. It just needs time. Okay, time is definitely necessary to mend fences, okay, with something. And deep down inside, you guys really want a happy family. You want a happy life. You want a happy family. I do see, though, there may be a loss and you not getting exactly what you want when it comes to the situation. Definitely scrap the whole perfect thing, because that's definitely gonna set you up for a disappointment. Some of you may come to terms that this relationship is over. This may not all be happening this week, guys. Keep that in mind. You will try to put yourself out there. Some of you, though, after a point of mourning, after a point of you at first being hopeful, like, yeah, surely they're going to call me this week, or surely they're going to call me this time frame now. But then what you're expecting doesn't happen. And this is week's end, okay, going into next week. You're expecting to hear from them. There's some expectation that you're sitting very confidently, but it doesn't come through. And that settles into this reality that perhaps you now need to accept the situation for what it is, that there's a loss and that it's over. And I feel that you ultimately did not get what you wanted. You didn't get your wish. And you will be on the road to accepting that toward the end of the month. Now, it's saying here, the advice for you is that developments that you experience now is best looked at through your intuitive side. So make decisions based upon, intuitively, how does this feel? What are you being told? Again, moon cycles are really good for you. So you need to know what moon cycle best suits you. Yes, you're Aries, but what rising sign are you? What moon sign do you have? So moon cycles can be a benefit in you making decisions, but ultimately your intuitive side won't steer you wrong. And I feel also that after this time of mourning, some of you are going to go back to this person. Some of you are going to reach out. You will take the initiative. Others of you, you'll put yourself back out there and quickly get attention and meet another person. This may be all of August, September, even going out to October for some of you. So there is new developments that's happening. All is not lost. All is not lost. As they say in opera, the fat lady has not sung. It's not over completely. It just may feel like it's time for you to kind of really accept the end to a situation. But as far as love for you is concerned, either this particular love is not over, or love for you certainly isn't over. Okay. And so I would say the best thing for you to do is to really take stock in how you're feeling about this particular individual, because there's going to be either now or down the line a very major decision you're going to have to make when it comes to this particular connection with another person, is what it looks like. Okay. So that's what I have for you. I'm going to look a little bit deeper when it comes to the extended at this relationship. How do you guys feel about each other? What are the challenges you may be facing? What would you like to tell them telling you, if they could, deep down inside? What will be the actions, and ultimately, how will things work out between the two of you? What can be the result end of this relationship? Because again, it seems unresolved, so you haven't completely resolved the issue long term. Okay, will it be, yes, you're moving forward with this person? Because I do see you getting some form of wish or victory down the line after some things that you had hoped for doesn't come about. So ultimately, will it be this person, or is it someone completely new? If you're interested, again, click that link in the description box and we can get started. If you would like to share with us how this resonates, please do so in the comment section below. We would love to hear from you. If you would like something personal with me, I can be reached in the beginning and into this video. And if you are new to this channel, welcome and subscribe, because I will be back very soon with another one. Take care, Aries.